Hello, my absolutely beautiful Aquarian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for March of 2023, where Aquarius, it is a big month. Not only is it a big month because we've got Pluto moving into your sign, Saturn moving out of your sign, but we've also got Mars coming fully out of its retrograde energy. So everything we've been working on for 7 months is really prepared to push forward. So there is this thought for me that while there's this fresh start energy, I cannot help but stress that March is probably one of the most impactful months that we're going to experience in all of 2023. And I've got the details about everything that is to come just on the way for you. But before we jump in, Aquarius, I've got a fantastically beautiful gift for you to make sure that you are getting your astrology basics down. You're understanding these aspects and how to speak the astro language. I have got my 6 hours of digital 101 astrology course available for you in the description box down below. It's $25. Pick it up. You can go at your own pace. It's me and you in your living room or in your bathroom or at the gym, wherever we're going to travel together and talk about the basics of astrology so you can put your building blocks in place and further understand what I'm saying. I want the journey to be as delicious as you'd like it to be. And I asked you some questions in the community tab about how I could be of service to you. And this is one of the ways that you indicated, Aquarius, that I could help you learn and bring the cosmic weather to life in your own view and in your own experience every week. So click down below, $25, grab the class, take it at your own pace, and I look forward to meeting you wherever we meet up. All right, Aquarius, into the month we go. Now, right at the very beginning of the month, on the 2nd, we're going to see Mercury moving into the energy of Pisces. This is going to light up your second house space. Now, Mercury is out of its post-retrograde shadow energy, so it means that you're thinking, you're communicating, you're making decisions, and it's very straightforward, right? It's not really held back. But the challenge that can come when Mercury's in the energy of Pisces is that Mercury wants to move quickly. You know, it's whipping, zipping. It wants some answers and some facts and give me those details and let's move on. But that is not how the Pisces vibration works, right? It's very vague. It's like everything's everything. It could all, is it bad? Maybe that's not bad. It could be like, it's very much so like that. So Mercury's like, Pisces, what? So really what I'm going to tell you, to try and take a purely intellectual stance, just mental it out, is not going to be where you have the maximum use of this particular energy in this transit. So instead, until we get to March 19th and see Mercury pop into the energy of Aries, how you work with Mercury in a Pisces vibration is to tap into your emotional and intuitive intelligence, right? Trust your dreams. Trust the symbols that are coming around you. Have conversations that are vulnerable to you. Now, Aquarius, for you, this is lighting up the second house space. So this is about your money. And I don't know where we have some of the most vulnerable conversations, except for we're talking about health, finance, and relationships, right? So at this time, your mind is being piqued towards your budget. How do you make money, okay? What are your values? What is your self-worth? And what's your communication style around this? What decisions need to be made here? And you have to trust your intuition and your emotions with the information that's being brought up for you. Now, this will be very helpful in just a few days as we see Saturn get into Pisces as well. You're going to really want Mercury's help through these waters, okay? So on the 7th, we're going to see a full moon happening at 16 degrees of Virgo. Now, the full moon asks us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment, okay? This is right across the street from all of that Mercurial and Neptunian energy that's happening. So it lights up the 8th house space for you. So Aquarius, the first indicator is that it's time to detox. Right? We need to end something, acknowledge something, or get ready to let it go. And detox is detox. It's not always clean and happy, and this can be quite sudden for you. Like you're like, I am suddenly aware that I need to let this go, or that I've been afraid of this, or that I'm having to explore my emotional state around 8th house concepts: death, debt, taxes, trauma, healing, therapy, sex, reproductive organs, intimacy, which means you see into me. Now, it's not about it's all bad, right? That's not it at all. But these are going to be some of the houses that lead to the depth of us. So whether it's around assets or intimacy, Aquarius, this full moon is asking you to Virgo, get your things in order, prioritize, Be discerning. Where can you be of service to other people? Is your health and your wellness routine, is it as healthy and the best that it can be? Is there something coming up for you around finances that you need to address? And this really truly can be to the positive, because wouldn't it be great if you're like, you know what, I'm at a different stage in my life. I'm ready to collaborate. I'm ready to look at building my wealth, or I'm looking at paying off my debt, whether that be karmic debt or that be physical debt. I'm ready to take care of that. So whatever that looks like for you, the full moon is a beautiful transition time guided by the get organized, make it healthy Virgo energy, all right? Now, just about an hour later, we see Saturn shift into the energy of Pisces, and this is a big deal. Saturn is one of our social planets, so it really doesn't just guide our maturing lessons, but also the lessons of our community as well. So there's a big shift on the table. Now, as Saturn moves into this second house, joining Mercury, joining Neptune, you're going to start to tell the story of getting serious and leveling up, coming to the next space of maturity or serious discipline around your finances, okay? But it's also, again, about your self-worth. How do you value yourself? Because what Saturn's ultimately doing is not just coming to be the punishing bad guy to be like, I'm taking all your money. It's not, it's not like that, right? Saturn wants you to come to the next level, right? It's the next maturity level, the next level that you can make long-lasting changes that are ultimately going to help you achieve. That's Saturn's role here. So to the extent you've gotten off track with finances, or you don't have financial health, which does not mean you are wealthy, does not mean you are poor. It means you are in the vibration of money, of finances, of how you use your creative talents and skills to bring finance into your worth. Your things, your possessions, how are you possessing them? Are you holding them tight? Are you bound to the material world? What does this look like for you? Or is this the time that I get excited for, where you're like, no, the world, my society, my belief systems around what I valued even in my country and my community are different. And I am ready to look at how I build my wealth, right? How I build my financial wealth, how I build my self-esteem wealth. This can be a fantastic use of Saturn in Pisces. The other thing I just want to mention for you to pay attention to is that, first of all, join me in my Patreon community, because starting March 21st, we're going to go more in depth in a year-long series that we're going to really explore the depth of these planets and how to work with them in your own chart, as well as what they mean when they're transiting through. But this other idea that Saturn in Pisces is really about crystallizing faith plus trust. I know a lot of people talk about Pisces as faith, just believing that you can do it. And I just think that's stupid. I do. I really do. Because you can have as much faith in yourself that you can do it. But if there's no dedication through trust, action, that you believe the universe has actually got your back, not a lot gets done. I know a lot of people who have a lot of faith and they're very unhappy because they don't have the faith plus trust. So Saturn in Pisces, I believe, is the acknowledgement that the belief and the action has to go together. So you'll really be looking at this over this next few years, okay? When we get to the 16th, we see Venus move into the energy of Taurus. It's home, it's in domicile, so it's very, very comfortable. And this is lighting up your fourth house space. So home, family, real estate, property, conceptions and ideas that are happening with your parents, right? So all of these things could be getting different. Now, of course, you'll have this in place, first of all, until April 11th. But some of the things that happen is that, remember, Venus is an attracting in energy. So you could just be looking around your house and you're like, oh, I got to move some things around. I need to beautify this space. We need to get it together. You could just be feeling this vibration, but also, was there a home repair or something happened? A parent had to move in, so you need to renovate the space or something like that. And finances are able to kind of show up in your life to ease that transition, to make it happen. It could also just be Venus, that you're spending more money on home, or you realize, which is really great for you this month, oh, I don't actually need this anymore. This possession is actually strangling me. I can sell it and then I have a financial benefit and have a different relationship with my home itself. So lots of changes around the home zone, but typically when Venus gets involved, it's to help ease the transition, make it beautiful, make it diplomatic, and a little bit less painful, okay? Now on the 19th, we begin to herald in Aries season energy. We're kicking it off. So first on the 19th, we'll see Mercury move into the energy of Aries. On the 20th, the sun comes into Aries. And on the 21st, we've got a new moon at 0 degrees of Aries. So it all speaks to this beautiful fresh start coming around for you in your third house. Now, first thing that I want to point out is that because it's Aries energy, it is impulsive. It is, you want to initiate quickly, you're ready to go. And where I think this is actually very useful is that if you've had decisions or conversations or things like that that have been sitting on the fence for a while, Aries energy is going to come through and cut through the crap, right? It's like, nope, I'm decisive. I'm making a decision. I'm going this direction. And that can be really very useful. You're a fixed sign. So sometimes it can take a long time to make a decision, until you really feel like you've got the bones of it going and you can move to a new comfortable position. So it can be a little bit uncomfortable because it's entirely direct and it uncomplicates things. It's like, nope, this. So I want you to be aware that you can really, under this cycle, use that to your benefit to make decisions. Now, what I also want you to be aware of is that make this decision not just to make a decision. This is Aries energy. Where is this you really expressing who you are, what you're prepared to take on, how you're prepared to move forward, right? This cannot just be a decision, Aquarius, that it is about everybody. Aries is a me, not a we energy. So I cannot stress that enough. You need to be accountable for whatever you are prepared to plant your seeds of intention under this new moon and take on, right? Like, let this revitalize who you are in your sense of yourself in this area. Now, in the third house, communications, how you communicate, contracts that you enter, right? That's a big deal. Are you buying, selling a house? Are you contracting to be someone's power of attorney? What are you doing? Maybe you're writing a book. You're starting to study something that really lights and revitalizes you. Maybe you're learning something, but you're like at the beginning of learning it. Certainly conversations, discussions, decisions that involve siblings, these can all be in this particular vein as well. Now, when we get to the 23rd, huge day, significant change, especially in you, okay? We see Pluto come to the energy of Aquarius, and this is just such a big deal. I cannot stress this enough. I mean, you're really going to work with this energy. The changes that are coming to you are the changes in the setup for the next 20 to 21 years of your life. Okay. Now, as we see Pluto come to your sign, first of all, I want you to know that in 2023, we're just getting a sneak peek, okay? From March until June is really where we're going to work with this vibration, and then we're going to see Pluto retrograde, and we'll get on with more of this conversation in 2024, okay? So in this small little flash in the pan that we're going to begin to experience, it is your preview about what in you needs to go, right? What in your identity, external circumstances, like it's a time for you to die off as you have been and be reborn as something else. It's very much so the phoenixing energy, right? Actions, ideas, attitudes that you have had about yourself. Your evolution and revolution are on the table right now. You literally become something else that you will travel with for 21 years. That like gives me goosebumps to think about the changes that are available to you. Now, I do want to tell you, in the process of Pluto, it's a planet of destruction before it empowers, okay? So to the extent, right, I say cosmic results may vary. Only you can speak to this where you're at in your lesson base. But as Pluto comes here, where something in you has already, it's come down and it's just now ready to be in the empowered and built state, this is where you could literally be showing up in the world completely different. And you're like, here's who I am, here's what I'm about, here's how I move, here are the causes that are important to me. And you start like speaking out to this, right? And it's almost as if you you are able to herald out this new version of yourself to the other side. Right? We have to look at the full scale of astrology. If there has been cheating, scamming, any of these kinds of things, those lessons come to the surface to be worked out. Now, where I think this is particularly useful is one, if you've had shame, blame, trauma, drama, and you haven't quite been able to get at it to like detox it out and to bring it to the surface, to that light for healing, I think that this is a time that that definitely comes up, and the healing that is behind that is so profound. Now, we've also got traveling, transiting Jupiter, moving through the energy of Aries as well. So I do think, Aquarius, whatever's coming up for you, whether it feels good and you like it or it feels like the challenge of your life, Jupiter ushers in a teacher for you. You just have to take the initiative to go meet that teacher to help you with this massive reform and evolution that is coming your way. So something I want you to think about is, where are you struggling? Just go to where you're struggling. Go to where you think it's hard, and then start to look up YouTube videos about people who know how to do that. They have your solution, and then your teacher may come from there, okay? So I want you to think about it in that way, okay? All right, as we get to the 25th and we close out the month, we see Mars moving into the energy of Cancer. Now, first of all, again, we've had 7 months of Mars in the energy of Gemini, so moving into the energy of Cancer is like, woo, breath of fresh air, let me at him. And Mars has been ready to go, ready to be getting at him, but he couldn't, right? Because we had to do some retrograde energy. So the vision I want to paint for you with Mars coming into Cancer is, if you have a really hot lava rock, right? Like it's just, you got me, right? Okay. What happens when you drop that into a bucket of water? It's going to boil that water up and overwrite and create steam and all of this and the condensation on the outside. So it helps to cool that rock while also creating a steam that can purify. Okay, now for you, this is in your 6th house, so daily routines. So first of all, what it tells me is, whatever's going on for you, there is a change of direction, and there is a different vibration happening in your daily routine, whether that's health, daily routine, mundane tasks, the work that you do if you're a freelancer, or maybe you are self-employed and you own a business, you run a company, right? Maybe you're a caretaker for someone. There is a change of direction that is on the table. Mars coming out of this period in Cancer will help you slow down. Remember, the rest of the Aries season is on right now. You might just think you have the answers and want to make a decision, and boom, you're going, right? We just talked about that. This helps you be a little bit, in general, a little bit more clear about why and how you're going forward with something, because you really do want to achieve. Now, again, this is in the energy of Cancer, so it heralds us back to home. Are there changes coming with your parents, with your home zone, things like that, decisions that you're having to make that will for sure impact your daily routine? But I'm going to tell you what, with Mars in Cancer, you are fit for the task, Aquarius. Whatever the changes are coming. You are absolutely fit for the task and cosmically supported to get it done, okay? All right, my beautiful Aquarian friends, I hope you have a great month. Take advantage of your gift in the description box down below. Come and join me in the Patreon group so we can go a little bit deeper into what these things mean and how to use them in your own chart so that you can be prepared, be calm, be prepared, be knowledgeable about the energy that is coming available for you. I love you, Aquarius, and I'll see you next month. Bye.